So Drake and The Weeknd have been collaborators for years now, but what fans really need is a collaboration album between the two of them. How would you like that?
Oh man, I'd love it. And guys, welcome into the episode. Let us know what your favorite Drake and The Weeknd collaboration is. Mine would obviously have to be Crew Love, but you are right. We do need a new collaboration album, and we do need it soon. But the question is that will it ever come out? I don't think so. But do we need it? Definitely we do. So Lou, take us back to the origins of this story and, tell people maybe why this is a possibility, because not a lot of people know about the deep history that The Weeknd and Drake both have.
Yeah, so back in 2010, Drake was on top of the world. He had released So Far Gone as well as Thank Me Later. And, The Weeknd was still starting off. He was nowhere near the level in terms of mainstream success as Drake. And he was sort of, the protege of Drake at one point. And what Drake did is he actually tried pushing his music by putting two of his songs on his OVO blog. And then eventually, they started working together in the studio. And The Weeknd actually ended up giving half of his album, which was going to be House of Balloons, to Drake's Take Care. And, he ended up voicing some regret about that, but it gave us some of Drake's best songs on the album, such as Crew Love, Cameras, Shot For Me, etc. So there's a lot of quality that, The Weeknd gave to Drake, and, it gave us some of Drake's best work off of Take Care.
Yeah, and not only that, but in 2012, Drake did try to sign The Weeknd, and I feel as if that's when the feud sort of started, because Drake felt as if, maybe he could have succeeded with the model that Drake was trying to push to him, and, The Weeknd was like, okay, fuck it, I'm going to go get my own deal, I'm going to, start my own label, and I'm going to, really try to push my music in my way, and I feel as if maybe Drake sort of was like, yeah, you should have signed with OVO at the end of the day. But back in 2017, on More Life, we do know that feud was officially over, at least from what the music says. Drake got on the song "Lose You," and the lyrics were along the lines of when we're not beefing and when we're making money together, the city is unstoppable. And they truly are unstoppable, because right now they probably have two of the biggest fan bases in music right now.
Yeah, and in 2017, Drake actually went on the Weeknd Starboy tour, and he announced to the crowd, like, Drake and OVO, something's coming soon. That was in 2017. Obviously, we're in 2021 now, and there's no word of it. There was a bit of an issue between the two of them over Bella Hadid. It's just some relationship drama, which kind of, hurt the relationship at one point. But it seems to be all clear now, just because, Drake actually defended The Weeknd for his Grammy snub. So they seem to be on good terms now. And I think that an album between the two of them would be fantastic, just because there's an amazing balance between The Weeknd singing and Drake's rapping. And a perfect example of that is on Crew Love.
I would love to hear an album full of R&B and vocals, but it does raise the question that, do both of them have to, let's say, cater more towards the Weeknd sound, just because I feel as if the Weeknd doesn't nearly have the arsenal that Drake does as far as diversity goes. And, Drake could go on to any sort of vibe. We know that, either if it's dancehall or if it's trap, R&B, conscious rap, whatever you throw at him, he could do it. But I feel as if with this sort of album, they are restricted towards going towards, that softer R&B lane. But do you think maybe there's opportunity for any other lanes?
There's definitely an opportunity for another lane, just because if you look at their four past collaborations, Drake is always rapping and The Weeknd's always giving the hooks and giving more of a melodic performance. So I think that we can expect a similar type of aesthetic on a future project where Drake's dabbling into the rapping, but maybe also giving us some R&B stuff. So I think it would lean more to the R&B side, and I'd be perfectly fine with that, just because they're both so talented in that lane. What's interesting too is that, they haven't collabed since 2013 off of The Weeknd's Kissland on the song Live For. So it's been, 8 years now since they've collabed. So, is it ever going to happen? I don't know, but I think that the community would love it, just because, like you said, two of the biggest fan bases, and their fan bases do kind of intertwine.
Absolutely. I have to ask you one more question before we leave this episode off, is that if you were to choose three collaborators, regardless if it's a producer or an artist, three people that would collaborate on that project, who would you like to see and for what reason?
I think you would definitely need someone like Noah 40 Shabib, who understands Drake's sound and what kind of production he can go on. Aside from that, I would love to see Anderson .Paak, just because I feel like he can really fit into the vibe of the two of them. And then finally, maybe Brent Faiyaz.
I would probably have to go with Party. I think
Okay.
Party Next Door is definitely a must on there. I think he fits the aesthetic to both of them, and they could probably get a super good collaboration done. Regardless, I would probably like the track list to stay between them. I don't think any collaborator would be
You
able
don't
to
need
play
other
on that level.
collaborators, yeah.
You don't need it. And if I have to choose one more collaborator, it's for sure Noah. I mean, he takes care of probably, he takes care of every Drake project as far as sound and engineering goes. We know how big of an influence he had on the production of Take Care, and how that whole sound got formed. And we know what type of magic Noah could do regardless of the artist. So I would be super down to hear that. But guys, let us know in the comment section if you guys ever think this would come out and what it would sound like. Also, as we said before, let us know your favorite Drake and the Weeknd collaboration. And if you have not already, hit the subscribe button. We're doing this stuff on the daily, and we'll be back with more videos.